Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. And folks, things are getting very, very interesting in the Trump trial with Alvin Bragg. It's getting really bad for Donald Trump, unfortunately. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out and they help our channel continue to grow. Now, former Fox News host Megyn Kelly was on with Dan Abrams of Newsmax, or sorry, News Nation, and she was giving an interview. It was similar. Her stance was similar to what Michael Avenatti's stance was, which as this trial with Alvin Bragg is a sham. It's a ridiculous trial. It should have never been brought, but because of the fact that it is being held in Manhattan, in New York City, which is heavily Democratic, which 62% of the people surveyed really despise President Trump. He has almost no chance. He's going to be convicted quite easily in this trial. I believe it. Megyn Kelly believes it. Michael Avenatti believes it. And the three of us, and Avenatti's no Trump fan, the three of us all believe this trial is nonsense. Yet Megyn Kelly explains in great detail in this clip why she believes he's going to be convicted. And I want you to listen to it. And then I want you to give me your thoughts on the entire justice system in America and this witch hunt for one man. This find me the man and I'll find you the crime witch hunt. That's what I call it. I want to know your guys' thoughts on it, so please let me know in the comments. Also, again, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
Let me switch gears. I want to talk about the hush money case. Look, I've said many times, I think that the Manhattan DA shouldn't have filed this case. I think it's a misdemeanor souped up to look like a felony. I think it took too long to bring the case. I think the DA, Bragg, brought it after, getting slammed for not filing the criminal fraud charges against Trump. And I think, by the way, that no matter what the outcome, it's going to help Trump politically. But with all that said, at the least on the misdemeanor of filing the false records, meaning pretending that the payments to Stormy Daniels were legal expenses, it sure seems like they have a pretty strong technical legal case against him, no?
The statute of limitations is expired on the misdemeanor. So
that's
no.
A legal issue that's already been, he can argue that. You can't argue that in front of the jury.
But Dan, the only reason, as you know, that he was allowed to revive a dead misdemeanor, dead because of the statute of limitations, by saying it was a misdemeanor to cover up an underlying felony, which was this election money campaign donation that he was trying to cover up. That's the only thing that reinvigorated this dead charge. And that's a BS charge, too. It's all tied together. So I don't think there's any legal merit to any piece of this, not one piece.
But you're talking about why the case shouldn't have been brought. Right? I mean, you're saying that as a result,
you bring this case that's barred by the statute of limitations.
Okay, but you've lost that argument already, right? That argument's been litigated and lost. And so now there's a trial. The case is happening. And my point is, now that the case is happening, right, even though I am one of the people who has publicly said I don't think he should have filed these charges, now that the case has been filed, at least on the misdemeanor, it seems to me that it's going to be a tough defense.
Oh, he's getting convicted. I don't really think there's a lot of mystery about that. He shouldn't, but he's going to get convicted. The jury's going to hate him. Manhattan went 92%, between 87 and 92% for Joe Biden. That's where this is going to be tried. These are not Trump lovers, and even the Trump survey that he attached to his most recent motion showed that 61% of the jury pool that they surveyed already thinks he's guilty.
But they also could be just following the evidence. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I mean, again, putting aside whether they should have been prosecuted, whether you're biased or not biased, and they're going to try and root that stuff out, the facts in the case. I mean, for example, you don't actually believe Trump didn't have an affair with Stormy Daniels, as he says, right?
I do not. No, I believe there was an interlude. I don't know if affair may be too
Whatever,
strong.
yes, all right, fair enough. Fair enough in terms of the language. But the sex happened between them. And that's going to be a tricky part of his defense, right? His defense is going to still be, it didn't happen, but I wanted to make this go away to protect my family, et cetera. I mean, putting aside whether the jury's in Manhattan or the jury's somewhere else, it's a tough technical case for him.
Look, I think the jury's going to believe that he paid off a porn star before the election to make her go away, and that he didn't write down in his books hush money to Stormy Daniels, because no one in the history of hush money payments has ever written that in any book anywhere. It defeats the whole purpose of a hush money payment. But the thing I can't get past now, so I grant you, yeah, they're probably going to convict him. They're going to convict him pretty easily, I think. But the thing I can't get past that everybody skips by in this whole thing is I had a former campaign election guy on my phone, on my show, who was really learned in all of this. And he said, the only way that you can prove it's an actual campaign donation, you know, in order to help your campaign, which is what they're alleging in this, is if the money would never, under any circumstances, have ever been paid for anything other than to support one's campaign. So a hush money payment to a woman saying, I'm going to go public with our affair, would not qualify, because there have been lots of men, rich and powerful in particular, who have paid that money time and time again. So unless you could prove that the only reason he would have done it was to help his 2016 campaign, you fail that test, and that's what's going to happen here.
That's for the felony. Yes, that's for the felony.